Hello people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is RDF and today's video we have a tactic that I have created myself. It is called RDF's Night Out in Istanbul. We will talk about why I named it that just in a little, but don't forget I do have a website. This tactic will be downloadable on my own website. The link will be in the description. And just a small spoiler alert, with this tactic my striker, who was a deep lying forward, managed to score 41 goals in 46 games, which I think is just quite incredible, to be honest. So I don't want to hold you guys too long on the intro, so before we start off with this video, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys like this video, and make sure you guys comment. And if you are already subscribed, make sure you have your notification bells turned on. Welcome back. So what we're going to do quickly is just talk about the background of why I called it Night Out in Istanbul. There's not really much of a background, to be honest, but obviously we are also going to look at the tactic, the results, and we're going to see how this tactic plays out in a match. Obviously I don't want you guys just to download it and have good faith. I want you guys to be able to see the tactic in motion also. Usually I always put the match highlights of the tactic in the video at the beginning during the intro. No different with this video, but we're also going to see in an actual match how it played out. So for the background of this tactic, there really isn't one. I woke up and decided that I'll try my luck in Turkey to dominate the league and attempt to bring some excitement to Istanbul with my tactical theory, which is attack with freedom, attack with bravery, and attack with skill. The shape, it is a 4-4-2. It originally started out a little different, same formation but slightly different roles. The idea was the same, to attack and be brave, but originally I had planned to create an overlap in central midfield by having the deeper central midfielder, which would have been the DM, on an attack duty, so he gets further forward while his partner, positioned slightly ahead of him, had the instruction to hold his position. That was my attempt to create an overload in central midfield, but the results wasn't great. I decided to tweak things in Istanbul, and then in the early stages of the preseason I think I found something very golden. It clicked, so we carried it on throughout the whole season. It is an attacking tactic. What you would notice that on the left hand side there is a slight overload, on the right hand side there is more of an overlap situation going on. Up top there are two attacking strikers, both of them are on the attacking duty, mainly to pin the opponent's defense back, and this should allow the movements of the midfield more space to work their magic. Up top we do have one advanced forward, but we also do have a deep lying forward who will come deep basically to try and connect the play between the midfield and the forward line, but the deep lying forward is also going to prioritize scoring chances. Now when it comes to a con, the only negative thing I can say about this tactic is that when teams play us at our own game, it can be difficult if that team have slightly better players than us on average. So in the Champions League, playing against Manchester City, playing against Real Madrid, it didn't do too bad, but it didn't do too great either. And one thing I did notice is that our wide areas were kind of open, they were kind of stretched, as the fullbacks were positioning themselves higher and the wingers were coming in centrally, which meant if we lost the ball further up the pitch, we could be exposed on the wider areas of our defense. But that is enough of me talking. We are now going to look at the tactic, talk about the tactic instructions, the results, and watch the tactic in motion. So here we are, RDF's Night Out in Istanbul. It is a 4-1-3-2. I just like to call it a 4-4-2 because this DLP is still a central midfielder. In goal we have the sweeper keeper on attack, literally no special reason for that. Two wing backs are on wing back support. The right back has closed down more. The reason he has closed down more is because the inverted winger is on attack. He is going to be making these movements inside a lot, so I just want the wing back to close down more to try and cover the inverted wing back in case he loses the ball, so the wing back is in a better position to cover and win the ball back. In defense we have two central defenders. Now this is kind of a little trick for me. I don't really like playing ball playing defenders whilst having an aggressive mentality. Reason being, the ball playing defender likes to try too many risky passes for my liking. So what I have done is just got two standard central defenders and asked them to simply take more risks. In defensive midfield, we have a deep line playmaker who I have asked to close down more. Similar to what I have asked the wing back to close down more, is because when he makes his forward movements, it could leave a little gap here. Same for the central midfielder on attack. If he makes his attacking movements and gets further forward, there can be a big gap. So if I move the central midfielder up there in attacking midfield position, here is the big gap that becomes visible. Now, if he starts to close down more, he will get further forward and then the shape will kind of look like this. His central midfield partner is just on the central midfielder role with the attack duty. On the right hand side, we have the inverted winger on attack. He is asked to take more risks, try to unlock the defense on a more regular basis. And on the left hand side, we have the inverted winger who is on support with no instructions. Up top, we have the key man, the main man who just couldn't stop scoring for me, the deep line forward on attack duty. He has no instructions, so too the advanced forward up top. He's just on the attack duty with no instructions added. For the team instructions, we have the attacking mentality. For the instructions, we have the fairly wide attacking width, so not too wide, not too narrow. For the approach play, we've added more risk to our game, so we're going to try and pass into space. I think that this complements counter-attacks very, very well. We have overlap on the left and overlap on the right. Naturally, this should happen with the wing backs getting further forward, but we want it to happen on a greater extent. And we are also playing the ball out of defense. For the passing directness, we do have slightly shorter. Now, with the attacking mentality, naturally, you will be playing a little bit more direct. So just to add some ball retention to some extent, I've just shortened the passing directness slightly shorter. For the tempo, we have the higher tempo. In the final third, there aren't really any instructions. Simply, when players have the ball, they can run at the defense more often. In transition, we are counter pressing, and when the possession has been won, we are going to be making our counter movements. This works very well with our counter attacking strategy. When the goalkeeper is in possession, he will be distributing it to the fullbacks, and by doing so, he will throw it long. Out of possession now, I tried so hard to avoid the extreme pressing intensity and the extremely high lines. Not that I have anything against those, I use them myself, but actually it doesn't work too well with the system. This was the best balance I could find when we are out of possession, so that is with the standard defense line, the higher line of engagement to try and win the ball back, and with the pressing intensity we have more urgent. For the tackling, we have get stuck in. Again, this complements counter attacking very, very well. So that was the tactic. Now let's look at the league table. Let's look at the results. You can see that Istanbul won the league fairly comfortably, playing 40 games, winning 34, drawing 4 and losing only 2. We scored 120 goals, which was by far the most in the league, and we only conceded 25 goals, which was also the best defense in the league. If we check the detailed statistics, we had the 4th best possession, but we did score the most goals with 120. We had 3 goals per game, that's what we were averaging, and with the expected goal of 93.28, I mean, second place was 67.72. That is literally crazy. We also had 15 penalties taken. We scored 13 of those. Shout out to run at the defense. I feel running at the defense really helps with that. For the crosses completed, we came in second, so you can see that we are getting a lot of crosses. We are aggressive with our crosses. We created the most clear-cut chances with 47 clear-cut chances created. And like we saw with the league table, we did have the best defense in the league, and we also had the most clean sheets in the league. For the players' detailed statistics, you can see that our striker Giuliano, he's got 33 goals in the league. Incredible. His strike partner also scored 20, so that is 53 goals between the strike partnership. And then you can see our left winger with 18 goals, to his name. For the assist, we didn't have the top assist maker, but you can see that we have a few players in the list. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the top 20 assists in the league, and that is a statistic that I enjoy seeing. Also with the key passes, we have a few players in the top 20 in the league, and also with the clear-cut chances created, we have our left back, which was kind of a surprise to see. Boli Bolinogoli, he managed to create 9 clear-cut chances. I really hope I pronounced his name correctly, but he created 9 clear-cut chances all by himself on the left wing. Now, for the attacking efficiency, you can see that we were very aggressive and clinical. That's impressive. And for our defensive efficiency, if we check, we were quiet and impenetrable. But how did we score most of our goals? Most of our goals were scored by play shots. We scored 10 from powerful shots and 13 from headers. For the assist, most of our assists came from through balls and 25 of our assists came from crosses. So those are very pleasing statistics, especially as my idea was to attack with through balls, the counter-attacking, trying and attack the space created by the players, and it worked very, very well. I do want to show you the squad statistics because you can see that my striker scored 41 goals in all competitions. The other striker scored 20, so that is 61 goals shared between the strikers. We have our left winger with 18 goals in all competitions, our backup striker with 13 goals, and our central midfielder with 10 goals. For the assist, we have our left winger with 15 assists, our right winger with 12, our deep line forward with 11, our right back with 11, our fullbacks just with most assists, 31 assists between 3 of our fullbacks. Incredible. So now we actually are going to check a match in motion, but what we're going to do is check one of our recent home games where we won 4-0. We're going to check some of the goals out and just see how this tactic has played out in motion. So here we are with the first goal. We tried to spread the ball out on the flank and the opposition made a mistake. There's our right winger with a shot that was blocked, but our central midfielder on the attack duty there on the edge of the box, ready to pick up the pieces. Our second goal, it did come from a set piece. It came from a throw-in. Nice play on the left hand side, a nice cross in, and it was finished with the header. Here we have our advanced forward stretching the play, running out wide with the ball, getting the ball into the box, and as you saw there, we had 3 players waiting in the box to score. Again, nice play, splitting the opponent's defense. That was probably the pick of the goals. So what we're going to do is rewind that goal, and we're going to pull it back just a little. Also with this goal, you can probably see the tactic and the roles in motion. So here is the inverted winger picking up the ball with the right wing back making his further forward runs, owning that flank. Just look at the space that he can drive into. It is incredible. Now the right winger has dragged the left back out of position by coming inside with the ball, and just look how he's disorganized the opponent's defense. It's crazy, simply by just running inside with the ball. Now if he did lose the ball, and like I explained earlier, if he did lose the ball, then this attacking left winger here is ready to pounce. So say if he was any closer and won the ball back, then look, there could be a direct ball in behind our defense. But we didn't lose the ball, we're too good for that. Here is Vishka running inside, Giuliano linking up the play. So that is the deep line forward under attack duty. He still comes deep to link up the play, collect it and spread it out wide, but he's also making his further forward runs to get inside back into the box. Now I'm going to pause it again, sorry people. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm sure that's my player there. We have 5 players inside the box, and no wonder why our fullbacks have so many assists if they have so many options once they have the ball in those wider areas. But he chooses to play the ball back to Giuliano, and there we are. That is how he scores most of his goals. Pullbacks from the wing backs, easy finish into the goal, and there we have it. Istanbul beating, I'm not even going to pronounce this team's name, beating them 4-0. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I mean, I literally made this tactic yesterday evening. I wanted to share it with you guys as soon as I could, because I will also be uploading another video on FM Scout, and I don't want another delay because I am going to be posting more regular on my channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you comment. I will see you soon. Stay safe. Peace out.